Hey guys, Dave with Moneyology here. This is the Precious Metals Premium Preview Part 1 for May 12th, 2019. As many of you know, we're launching our premium service sometime in July. The website is currently being developed. I'm very excited about that. And the purpose of the premium portion of our site is to be able to support a platform that I'm trying to create, a platform for active investors to have access to some of the best technical and fundamental guidance in the market to become better investors, better traders, depending on one's perspective and time frame and purpose for being invested in the markets. I'm just one individual. I want to create a community around my vision. I want to be able to hire and pay individuals who have really great insights, both on the fundamental and technical basis. And with your support, I would like to do that. But of course, as you guys know, this is not free. This takes a lot of time and money. And so far, 40 of you have pre-committed to being a part of this premium service. And this is what these premium videos will be like. Obviously, they're going to be better quality over time. But in the short run, I want to give you an idea of what these videos will look like. They're going to have just individual names that I go through on a daily basis. And these videos will be published in various different sectors, from precious metals, uranium, energy, technology, etc., and others that you might want me to cover. And I'm going to look at names that have broken out. I'm going to look at names that are bottoming and names that are perhaps topping. And we'll look at just different time frames, different angles and try to glean as much wisdom as we possibly can from the chart. So without further ado, I picked out about 10 to 15 names that I want to start with in this part, and I've got another 2 or 3 parts that I'm going to make perhaps throughout the week and publish periodically for your education purposes. So let's take a look. So no particular order. All of these are from a weekly perspective. This is Goldfields, and here's what I'm seeing. You've had a really nice rally from the middle of 2018. We've pulled back some after hitting this 69.70 level of RSI Fibonacci resistance, and now we've consolidated in this bullish flag. Now we are finding support around that 50 level, and I expect this level to hold. Should it hold, this is a great area to consider going long as this bull flag breaks to the upside. I like this name both from a fundamental as well as technical perspective. Gold Standard Ventures, more of a speculative play, but this one is consolidating in this bullish wedge formation, and I think this eventually is going to break to the upside. One of the things I like when I look at these bullish wedge patterns is I like when price action goes lower but momentum either stalls, as it has here, or moves higher in a positive divergence. And that's what you're seeing here. Momentum has not moved lower despite price just continuing lower. So I think this eventually breaks higher, and then this is going to make a run towards 150, towards $2, and eventually in a bull market much higher. Good fundamental story here as well. Golden Arrow Resources. This one has just been going down for quite some time, since 2016, when it rallied from a low of 13.2 cents all the way to $1.30, and it's basically retraced most of its gains. It finally broke out here out of this downtrend above that 38 Fibonacci level, and it hit our target at 30 cents, but now we've consolidated to the downside and retested from that upside. So now it's finding support back at that 38 level, just the same level as we broke out of right over here, and so no surprise, this is showing as support. Should this level hold, should we break above that 20 cent level, I think we're going to make a run back towards that 30 cents level, and I think higher thereafter. Golden Star Resources, another one that's it's had a fairly nice run since November of last year, when it hit a low of 243, hit a high of 467, and now it's pulled back some. But again, this high was with positive divergence, with a new high in RSI. So we pulled back. Now you've got the 50 just crossed, or is about to cross the 200 EMA. So golden cross here of support. Nice little pullback, and I think we're going to head higher. For the longer term investor, you want to see this break above 5, and I think it will happen sooner rather than later. Golden Minerals, this one has been whacked since 2016, like Golden Arrow earlier. but it's finding support here, and it's building this kind of bullish pennant pattern, and it's consolidating right below the 50. So it broke below the 50, which is not a good sign necessarily, but if it can consolidate here and not break lower, that's typically a positive sign. It's found support right above this level over here, which was previous resistance, and now it looks like it wants to break higher above this trend line. So should it do so, I think a move towards 40 is definitely a very strong possibility, but there's a lot of upside thereafter. This is one that we really wish we would have owned. This is more of an energy play, but I'm not sure if this is precious metals. This was covered in our uranium review. But look at this chart. This is gorgeous, gorgeous breakout above the 50, retest, and then boom, wants to move higher. I could see this at 16 cents in a not too distant future. Obviously, there's going to be some points of resistance and pullback. Most important of which is that 200 EMA there at 8.3 cents. But a lot of upside there. Do your due diligence and consider a position. Another one, Grid Metals Corp, GRDM.V. This one, again, has been consolidating very, very nicely. Very strong volume of late, and it's consolidating above the 50 RSI level. I like that. I think this eventually breaks above this level and holds it, and I think we'll see close to 50 cents this year. So that's a massive multi-bagger if my perspective holds. Alamos Minerals ADZ.V, another one of these consolidating patterns that just coil, and then I think eventually goes higher. Notice this. You've got momentum continually building despite lower prices. You had a lot of volume here. So whoever wanted to get out got out, and now you're seeing accumulation and you're seeing positive divergence, and I think this trend line, downtrend, breaks to the upside sooner rather than later. You're going to see a very nice spike in the price of shares here. Alamos Gold, another one of those larger junior companies. This one broke out of this downtrend in about late February of 19. We've consolidated some. We've got this bullish wedge above this breakout zone, and it also coincides with that breakout in momentum and consolidation back test. I like this. I think this sees $6 in the next couple of months, and then probably as high as $8.50 at some point this year. Alexo Resource Corp, another one here that's building positive divergence, positive momentum. It's broke out here tried to break out in price, but broke out certainly in momentum, but couldn't maintain it, and obviously we pulled back. But we found support at the $1 level, and we found support at that 38 level of RSI Fibonacci support, and looks like it's curling towards a break back above the 50 RSI. If this can break this downtrend, there's a tremendous amount of upside ahead in Alexo. LTS Minerals Corp, ALS, another one that's it's been very positive price action. We had this dip here all the way back to 10, but it's found very strong support, kind of V-shaped recovery here, and it's found support now recently on its 200 and now above its 50-week moving averages, and it looks like it wants to break higher. It's finding support at the 50 RSI level, and so it's got very positive trajectory to move higher. I think we'll see 1550 sooner rather than later. USA.TO, America Silver Corp. This one looks like it's bottoming. It broke out of this downtrend that we've been in since July of last year, and now it wants to break above that 260 level. I love this consolidation above the breakout level and right below the 50 RSI. Closed the week at 51, and I think this wants to move higher, a lot higher, much quickly. And this is doing this despite the silver market just being fairly weak. AMX Exploration, AMX, this is a beautiful chart. Obviously, since November, if you ran up from 6 cents all the way to 152, you're doing something right. Obviously, profit taking is eventually going to happen. Here we had it here. Now we're finding support at the 60 level, which is really nice because it coincides with the 50 RSI level. And if it can break out of this bullish pennant, I think we'll see certainly a retest of recent highs at the 155 level. And Terra Resources. So this one this one has fallen on very hard times of late, but it's building momentum. It's bottoming here with positive divergence. Notice the price level from 886 all the way to 675. Momentum was kept going higher and higher and higher. And I think that with PPO now back above 0, I think this is going to make a run towards 10. And if it breaks 10, this goes to 15 relatively quickly. So a lot of upside should this rally continue. Arizona Silver, another silver exploration. Very interesting that silver exploration companies are standing out here on my watch list. This broke out of its downtrend in December of 18. Now it's consolidating above the 50 RSI. That's the best, and it looks like it wants to break higher. Now we're above the close of the week above the 200-week and the 50-week moving averages. There's tremendous upside here ahead if this can break and hold above these levels. Barkerville Gold Mines, BGM, another one that's had a nasty pullback, but we broke out. We've back tested from the upside, double bottom, triple bottom with positive divergence, and now we're breaking out of this wedge. I think we go higher, make a run towards 50 cents soon, and then again higher thereafter. Bellow Sun Mining, not the prettiest of charts, to be honest, but I would say that it's broken out of this downtrend, and now it's retested it from the upside, and it wants to move higher above the 20-cent zone. Notice the positive divergence here. That says that this move is legit, and I think at some point this is going to make a very, very nice run in the near future. Bravada BVA. This is one that we own. We like both the fundamental upside as well as the technical upside. Notice that upside trajectory. We're consolidating above the 50 RSI. We made new highs here, so that's positive divergence, and now we're consolidating above the 50-week moving average, right below that 10-cent zone. I like this. I think we'll see 50 cents at some point this year. Cachet Exploration. Another one that's got this consolidative pattern here that I really like. It broke out initially. We pulled back, but the momentum, and notice we pulled back right at that 69 zone, which coincides with this breakdown point right over here. So that now serves as resistance, but now we're finding support at that 50 level, 50 RSI level, and this could be a great point to add or initiate one's position. This one's been a frustrating company. Obviously, the stock's just been going down, down, and down. But it's built a rounded bottom here. Now it broke out of this downtrend that it's been in since 2017. Momentum is very strong. This is the first time it broke above 50 RSI and held there since frankly early part of 2016, and it couldn't even hold there. So if we can hold this 61 level of Fibonacci, I think this can have much higher prices. Obviously do your due diligence, but this could be a great entry point for a long-term move to the upside. Detour Gold Corp. This one's building this rounded bottom here. It's finding support right below that 50 RSI, and if it curls back higher, I think this can really swing higher. And this is one of the larger names in the junior space, so a little bit less speculative and a lot more upside should gold carry us back higher above 1300. Couple of royalty names. ELY.V, we own this one. We just like the technical picture. Consolidating below the 69 zone is really, really nice to see. That's some of the best consolidation. If you're going to consolidate here versus here versus here. I think we're going to see a break towards that 26-cent zone very soon. And if it breaks there, this could have much more upside ahead. EMX Royalty, a little bit higher quality royalty company. This one is consolidating, and it looks like it wants to make a break above this downtrend RSI zone. So should this break to the upside, I could see this move towards 140 very quickly. And once it breaks 140, this has tremendous upside, obviously tied to the price of gold. Finally, on this particular watch list, First Mining Gold, another royalty, not a royalty company, but rather an optionality play similar to gold mining that we've covered in past videos. First Mining is kind of double bottomed here with very positive divergence. Now it's back tested it from the upside, and I think this makes a move above 25 cents very soon. And the upside in an optionality play can be very, very sharp and very exciting if gold price does break out to the upside for an extended period of time, which we believe it will, and we think we'll see above 1400 this year for the record. Timing wise, it's hard to predict. There are obviously too many factors, but there are a number of good signs that suggest precious metals are indeed bottoming and are in the midst of a long-term secular bull market. We had a 5 to 7 year bear market from 2011 that bottomed to 2016. We broke out, now we back tested, and now I think we're starting that new uptrend, which will again eventually see above 1500, and a lot of these names will probably see a couple 100%, if not 1000% returns to the upside. Guys, thank you very much for watching. I appreciate your support. Again, if you appreciate these videos, please send us a note to Dave at Moneyology, say thank you, or consider supporting us and joining our premium service, the terms of which have not been officially determined, but it's probably going to be a monthly subscription around $50 area. So this is something that you find value in. Definitely please be a part of it, and we're going to create a very awesome community with your support. Thanks, guys. Have yourself a great week.